What's up? What's up? Excuse me. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show, man. Y'all already know what time it is. It's your boy Roddy Rod. Let's talk. And on today's show, we're gonna be talking about Nicki Minaj. I meant to talk about this a couple of days ago, but I've been so busy, and then the holidays and some things, and I kind of got tied up. And they're doing a couple of other things, but I had a little bit of time today after I got through with family and just hanging out and whatnot. And I was like, let me go ahead and do my show. I need to go on and do this show. I also need to start back making some videos because I took some days off for the holidays. So I got to get back into it. So I'm gonna be putting some more content on my page and whatnot. But yeah, as far as this goes, we talking about Nicki Minaj. Also, make sure y'all answer the poll for me in the chat. Answer the poll in my chat. I appreciate that. And if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. I really would appreciate that. And the question that I did pose in the chat, I said, did you think Nicki Minaj was pandering? Two answers: yes, of course, or no, I believe it's real. Now, as far as this whole Nicki Minaj being at AmFest stuff, I think she was pandering, in my opinion, because I've never really been a fan of Nicki Minaj. I won't even say never. I've never been a fan of Nicki Minaj. Like I'm like anybody else. I thought, okay, damn, I'm looking at this woman with these fake body parts, and like, damn. But after a while, even that wore off. I was like, she ain't all that. And now she's basically flipped. She's trying to ride the whole Trump train, the whole MAGA train, and I see it as pandering. Um, I agree with some of the stuff that she was saying when it comes to the AM Fest and what she said, and from the clips that I've seen, because I haven't actually watched the whole interview that she did with Erica Kirk at AM Fest. But in my opinion, I think a lot of people are starting to come around to some things, and they're just being more realistic about what's going on and thinking like, look, some of the things that the left or just anybody who's more liberal minded or who leans that way may be thinking, it just ain't right. We cannot push our children to be transgenders. We need to stop overly promoting sex at a young age. We need to stop doing certain things at a young age, which puts certain things in our children's minds, which leads them to believe that one, if I'm a boy, then I'm really a girl, and two, if I'm a girl, then I'm really a boy, or I'm gender fluid, or I don't have to make up my mind about what I am for the next 10 years, which just ain't right. We know biologically when you're born, if you have a penis, you are a man. If you have a vagina, you are a woman. And I do get the anomalies, and you have some people who are born with both body parts and different things like that, and that's understandable. And whatever they say that they are, then I mean, who can really go against it because they got both parts, or one of the parts may work, one of the parts may not work, or whatever the case may be. However they work that out is how they work that out. But in our overall society, for us to sit up here and want to, you know, give our children these surgeries and do all of these things to them at a young age when they shouldn't even be thinking about sex or anything like that, it's just a travesty. And so we got to learn that we got to get out of that and we got to change our mindset. And I think people like Nicki Minaj, other musical artists who have actually pushed some of this stuff, because Nicki was really a fan of the whole LGBTQ community. At one point, she was like, you know, always caping for the rainbow flag community. And we know this, you know. But my big thing now is I'm seeing liberal people or other artists who really don't like her, and that I don't really care about that, but they see how she's rocking now. And so in their mind, she's a plant or she's only there because of the money. When it's like, well, we've seen artists who go to Kamala Harris rallies, who are always on TV talking about liberal politics, and nobody ever says anything to them, but only because they're on the right and because they say they MAGA, or because they don't want to promote transgenderism or the LGBTQ community, then somehow that they're evil or they're just there for the bag. And it's just crazy to me. James Arnold says, I miss Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama, American royalty. Uh, I don't miss him, bro. I don't. That's your opinion. I'm not here to argue with you or nothing like that. But I'm not a fan of Barack and Michelle Obama. They are the ones, in my opinion, who really set a lot of this stuff off. This whole LGBTQ stuff. Barack put the flag on the White House. I mean, in my opinion, that was a mess. When we had other pressing issues that we should have been dealing with, and it seemed like he was so gung ho about LGBTQ policy and whatever they had going on or whatever they wanted him to push, and he did it. James also goes on to say pandering for a pardon. What do you mean pandering for a pardon? What does she need a pardon for? I know she's definitely not a black American, and I know that she's not a citizen, but I'm trying to see what you mean pandering for a pardon. I don't understand that. And as y'all can see, once I said a certain thing about Nicki Minaj, how my numbers just dropping. I don't have that many people watching. I don't have that many people watching. It was just like nine people sitting up here watching. But the moment I know that they heard me say that I wasn't probably when they heard me say I wasn't a fan of Barack Obama, they just dipped. And that's what a lot of people should do. When you come over here, if you don't like what I say, then just dip. If you do like what I say, then stick around. But I'm not somebody. If you see me, you see this brown skin. Don't think that I'm liberal. Don't think that I'm Barack Obama, Michelle Obama. I miss them. I'm not that. That's not me. That is not me. I'm more Republican leaning, more MAGA, all of that. I don't agree with any of the stuff that comes from the left. So even when it comes to this about Nicki Minaj, look, she is pandering. She is pandering. She just got here. Some of us we've been here for a minute, just kind of realizing what's been going on. But she, in my opinion, she's just here to just try to get a new audience because her whole beef with her and Cardi B and whatnot, and I feel like she's reaching for another group of people that hopefully she can bring in. Because let's be honest, black people, we can be too up and down, too wishy washy. So I think she wants that white audience because they're going to buy her album. If she says that she's MAGA, she says she's against LGBTQ, transgenderism things, they're going to definitely buy her album. But anybody else, we can be up and down. We can be very finicky about the things that we consume. We can be, nitpicky, and one thing that we don't like, then we out. And that's what you're getting when you're getting with Nicki Minaj right now. Um, I have a couple of clips that I want to show y'all. I want to play a little bit of the AmFest, and we'll just discuss it. So as we go along, if y'all want to jump in the conversation, put it in the chat. Say, look, I want to join. Or matter of fact, let me put the link. I'm gonna pin the link to the top of the chat. That way, I don't even have to do it because I really don't. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So I will pin. I'm going to pin the link to the top of the chat for anybody who wants to come up. I know a lot of people ain't gonna come up, but it's there, so you don't have to ask. It's there. But like I say, we're gonna go over some of these clips that I saw. We're gonna discuss this AM Fest. I'm gonna watch a little bit of the discussion between her and Erica Kirk. We're gonna go from there. So let's check out this first clip.
These sellout coon rappers are one of the reasons why a lot of black folks don't trust these rich black celebrities, because they'll do anything to get in with these rich, wealthy white crowds.
Bam, right there. I'm gonna stop it right there real quick. Now think about this: when we seen Megan Thee Stallion on stage with Kamala Harris, they didn't have this same type of critique. Where was this type of critique when Megan Thee Stallion was actually on a presidential stage with a candidate running for president, twerking and shaking her ass? But you had Nicki Minaj, who I'm not a fan of, actually sitting on stage, having a discussion, answering questions, giving her opinions, giving her take on things, and now she's cooning and selling us out. That is something that I can't wrap my mind around. Not a fan of Nicki Minaj. I am not a fan of Nicki Minaj. I don't. I'm not in agreement with none of her music. I don't like it. She is not a black American. All of these things, we can go through this whole list of things, and I just want to get that out the way before anybody comes on here. Well, she's not. I already know she ain't black. I know this. But my point behind this video is this: they didn't have this same critique for the other side. Cooning is Megan Thee Stallion twerking for a vote. Megan Thee Stallion shaking her behind for a vote. That to me is cooning. Somebody actually having a discussion about what's right and what's wrong with a certain party is not cooning. That's just simply a discussion, bro. Like that. Like when people. That's why I hate that whole cooning shit. When they say people like me and other folks are cooning. Jasmine Crockett is the coon. She is the one that is pandering to you. She is the one that is acting like something that she's not just to get your vote. And it's nothing behind what she's saying or doing. It's just so that she can get your vote, just so she can be in office. That's cooning. How can you come and say that somebody else is cooning when they're simply having a discussion? It doesn't make any sense. It, I don't understand. I don't even think people who use that phrase even know how to apply it to someone. They just love the phrase a coon. That's it. They just like to say it. And they always associate cooning as being somebody who aligns himself with something that's white. That's not cooning. Sometimes things that is right is just right. And sometimes things are wrong. They're just wrong. That doesn't make you a coon because more white people is on this side or more white people is on that side. Anyway, Gen X Armyville. What's up, Gen X? What's going on, bro? He says exactly. They were appeasing to the black people. That's what them black folks like me. Black folks like, yeah. My bad. I fudged that all up. That's what them black folks like. Yes. That's what they like, bro. They like, I mean, like, how can you not be offended if somebody's on stage telling you, vote for me, vote for me. Let me show you something. And they twerking. Twerking, shaking their butt. That's cool, but a discussion ain't cool. Once again, I don't even like Nicki Minaj. I'm not here to cape for her. I know that she is pandering. But if she's pandering, then what the hell was Megan Thee Stallion doing? You feel me?
Like Nicki Minaj, 50 Cent. It's over. These sellout coon.
She said it's over. No, this is the sellout. Hold on. This is just sellout coon community right here. Hey! Hey! Look at that mess, bro. I'm telling y'all, when I first seen this,
What the fuck, y'all? God damn!
I was pissed off because that's an insult. That should be an insult to any black person. It's like, oh, you know what? Let's not talk about policy. Let's go down and talk to black people and let's not talk about policy because that's not going to get us anywhere. Let's give them a concert. You know what? That's going to make them vote for us is a fucking rap concert. Let's give them a rap concert. What do you think about policy? Should we give them some, that they can aspire to? Maybe something that a reason for them to go to the polls and vote for us? No, 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 no. They don't need that. Why? Why would we waste our time with that? Let's give them a concert. Matter of fact, let's get Megan Thee Stallion up there and let her twerk and shake her ass. That's what they want. That's what they want. That's right, Gen X. Gen X says black people with their selective anger. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Oh, she's a coon. We cooked. We cooked. You wasn't cooked when somebody was on stage twerking, shaking their ass for a vote? You wasn't cooked on that? Sheesh. I mean, y'all killed me with this. Now you got Lizzo right here. Let's see what she got to say.
So I'm getting texts like about Nicki, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't even know. Then, I researched and saw what was going on. And I'm going to say it like this. Celebrities' opinions of other celebrities does not matter. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. So my opinion of her does not matter. But what I will tell you is
Stop. If it don't matter, then why are you continuing? She finna give a whole take about this.
you're about to see an influx of people who see that it is more profitable and more beneficial to join that side. You're going to see it. It already started. And it's going to.
That's the only excuse they give, that it's more beneficial. You're going to get more money joining the other side. Can some things just be, I think that this is right and I think what you're doing is wrong? It can't be that. It's only about the money. Nobody can ever just change their tune and say, you know what? I was wrong for all of those years. I want to take a different stance. Well, you just doing that because it's about the money for you. I don't have no morals. Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't have a conscience. I don't have common sense. I don't have to mature. It's just random for me because somebody threw a couple of dollar bills at me. Who was there for the money? Do you think Megan Thee Stallion was there for the money, or you think she was really there because she liked Kamala Harris? She got to do a concert, and I'm sure they gave her a bag. Didn't they give Beyonce I forgot what it was some millions of dollars for her to show up. They conned everybody, making them think that she was going to go there and do a freaking concert, and all she did was come out and wave. And they got y'all. They got you. So let's not act like that didn't happen, because that's exactly what happened. Exactly, Tim. Tim says, how is Nicki a sellout, but not Megan Thee Stallion? I don't get it. They didn't even say nothing about that. Didn't even mention it. That was cool. Like, nobody was in an uproar of somebody pandering to you to the extent of just simply giving you a concert at a presidential rally. They gave you a concert at a presidential rally. That's insulting.
Continue. This is his first year. This is Trump's first year as president. We got 3 more years.
It's actually his 5th.
Of people who are going to surprise you. And it's going to hurt your feelings and it's going to disappoint you. And you have to know that, like,
it shouldn't disappoint these people. How many people during the first time when Trump was voted in, they were scared to even speak out about it? Because you know why? If they spoke out about it, they wouldn't get movie roles. Their albums wouldn't come out. Nobody would play their songs. Nobody would give them interviews. They had to act like they was actually liberals when they weren't. If they didn't act like they was liberals, then they had to say, oh, I'm neutral. Oh, I don't even get into politics. I can't even. Nobody could really say that they was a Trump supporter. Do y'all remember that? People on their job sites couldn't even say that they was a Trump supporter because people would start to treat them a certain kind of way. I remember that stuff. I distinctively remember stuff like that happening to so many people and so many artists and musicians and actors. Now you're seeing actors come out now and just say, oh yeah, I'm a Trump guy. Oh yeah, I agree with the president. Because now you actually have people who are like, I can come out now. That's all this is. Nobody was just doing this for the money now. These people have already been Trump supporters For some reason, too, they also act like they forgot how Kamala got blowed out of the presidential election immediately. Once the votes started coming in, immediately she was known that she was going to lose. It didn't even take long. Before you even went to bed that night, she had already lost. That should tell you. People have been waiting to vote for Trump. Gen X says they be acting like he wasn't already POTUS. I already knew what to expect. Exactly. They talking like this man was never even president. It's the same thing that they do when they act like, oh, he's coming after us. Oh, he's trying to lock me up and lock this person up. Well, damn. Y'all was trying to lock this man up for everything under the sun. And then when he tried to run again, y'all ran the play again. The Russia hoax, the all these violations, bringing up the past about his housing and all of this different shit. Like, y'all have been trying to lock this man up. Now y'all act like somebody doing y'all wrong when y'all are being exposed. Let's not forget the whole Epstein stuff that they running right now. Have they gotten any information about that yet? No. They got some pictures. And the pictures, I'm going to be honest with you. I seen Bill Clinton on some stuff, but even that, I'm still trying to find out what's going on in these pictures. I haven't seen all of them, but from the ones I've seen, I'm trying to figure out what are you trying to tell me? Because I don't see anything wrong. Okay, he was in a hot tub with some girls or somebody was hugging some women. How do we know that they were underage? Some of them didn't look underage to me. Now, I haven't seen all of the pictures. Now, if it's some where these people have known to be underage, now that's different. But the ones that I've seen so far, I'm not seeing anything that's gonna let me know otherwise. And if it was, then it would be all over the news and all over TV, and they would be talking about it. That right there lets me know it didn't go y'all way. You don't see MS Now, used to be MS NBC. You don't see them talking about it. That should tell you a lot. You don't see a lot of liberal news outlets talking about this. That should tell you a lot. Because if it was something that they was looking for in there, they would have been talking about it by now. But we know what it is. It's not enough of Trump in there to even talk about it. It's more Bill Clinton than anything that I've seen. But they want to keep talking about Trump, Trump, Trump. But since Trump is not so prevalent in these pictures, it's like, damn. Okay, let's just get away from the Epstein stuff. I don't want to talk about Epstein no more. We don't, it ain't enough for Trump with Epstein. Let's just move on. That's how you know they full of it. And that's how you know they full of it. Gen X say they voted for him all 3 times. Tim says black people turned on their own family members for not voting for Kamala. Bro, tell me about it. Especially as a black man, if you turn around and say you didn't vote for Kamala, if you was a black man and you told somebody black in your family that you didn't vote for Kamala, especially a black woman, these people would lose their freaking minds. They lost it. And I was like, shit, hell no, I would never. Man, I was telling people from the jump, like, I am not voting for that woman. She ain't black and I ain't gonna do it. Tim says Jeffrey Epstein might have been a CIA asset and the government would get sued like crazy if they released the Epstein files unredacted. Yeah, the Epstein files was heavily redacted. That's another thing. I keep telling y'all wasn't going to get nothing, but people, there's something in there. They trying to hide it. You're not going to get nothing, bro. Jaden Velez says Trump is the best. I agree. I agree. I agree. They've been trying to pin everything under the sun on this man, and they can't do it. They can't do it. So they mad. Now they don't even want to talk about Epstein files. Do y'all hear anybody talking about the Epstein files? I don't.
There's money behind everything. There are privileges behind every move people in these positions make. And I'm not surprised.
Of course, you're not surprised. If she was doing the same, if she was on stage answering questions for Kamala Harris, we wouldn't see nobody making no videos. Everybody would be quiet. They would be back talking about, you know what? I love Nicki Minaj. She was on point. She was on point with everything she said. And this, and they would be having these reaction videos. Look, and let's check out this Nicki Minaj clip where she was on stage talking to Kamala Harris. This is why we love Nicki Minaj because of it. You know, that's how they would be talking. They wouldn't be calling her a coon and a sellout. Like, come on, bro. It's shit crazy. Look at this Tish Patel, pedo protector. He talking about a pedo protector. You don't even know what the hell going on, Tish. You probably ain't even in this country. Talking about a predator, a pedo protector. You just mad because y'all ain't found nothing yet. Stop trying to trump up stuff, pun intended. Stop trying to trump up stuff on Trump, and just mind your business and try to get you some bread. Instead, y'all trying to find everything y'all can about this man and pin stuff on him that ain't even true. Y'all just wasting your time, spinning your wheels. Just spinning your wheels. Let's check out this next clip. This is oh my God. Reese Colbert. Y'all know I can't stand Reese Colbert. I cannot stand her for the life of me, bro. I can't stand her. She one of these wannabe ghetto women who's well educated and want to act a damn fool everywhere she go and talk crazy. I remember I used to listen to Sirius XM, and she would just get on there and just talk crazy, bro. I mean, talk crazy. The accent was just over the ghetto accent is just over the top. Listen to this bullshit. And listen to how mad she is because Nicki Minaj is on stage talking to Erica Kirk.
Nicki Minaj is a stupid, goofy ass, ignorant ass, clown ass bitch. And I don't really give a fuck about anything that she has to say.
Keep in mind, this is the same woman who I vividly remember was on XM radio. And she was really upset because once Biden got in office, she used to work for Kamala Harris and she thought that she was going to get a certain position and she didn't get it. I remember how she was talking. She never really was saying names, but I understood what she was talking about and I understood exactly who she was talking about. She was upset about that. And no wonder they didn't give her the position that she wanted. Look how she's acting. This is the funny thing about some of these black women who do this. Y'all try to act ghetto and think, oh, this is the play. This is what I'm going to do. Okay. Wait till you get to a professional position and see if they're going to give it to you. See if they're going to prop you up with that same attitude and that same vernacular that you have, that same stupid swagger, you know, that's over the top ghetto queen mentality. See if they're going to give you the position that you really want. They ain't going to do it. They're not going to do it. That's the funny thing about it. Look at this. Eugene called me a tap dancing N-word. He called me a tap dancing because I don't agree, and I don't care. I don't care about pandering to the left. I don't give a damn about no Kamala Harris. I don't give a damn about no liberals. I'm not here to pander to no black people. So I'm tap dancing. These are the same Negroes that don't do no research. They don't look up nothing. They only listen to one type of news outlet. They think they know everything, and they broke, and they don't have nothing going on for themselves. And calling me a tap dancer. These are the same type of Negroes. Tim says political difference, not this serious to hate each other and hurl insults or slurs. They don't care, bro. Black people have a hatred for the right and they have a hatred for white people. A big one. Even to the point where it's almost, it doesn't make any sense. You just, some stuff you just sit back and you like, this is all bullshit, bro. Like, the way that y'all act like y'all inferior to white people. That's how y'all act. But you swear that you're not, but you act like you are. Look at Eugene, you a tap dance for the white man, bro. Trump don't give a F. See? That's all it's about, bro. Anything that white people agree with, if you just so happen to agree with them on anything, you tap dancing. Don't you think that is a dumb way to think about life and a dumb way to be logically? If I see a bunch of black people jumping off a cliff and I see a bunch of white people not jumping off a cliff, and I say, man, I'm finna sit over here with the white folks. They not jumping off the cliff. Then all the niggas that's jumping off the cliff gonna look at me and be like, man, you tap dancing for the white people? You don't want to jump off the cliff and die with us? Oh man, you a coon, man. You a coon. What? Maybe I'm just a logical individual. Maybe I don't want to die. What the hell? What in the hell are they talking about? There go Gen X say, Rod, you're black. You're supposed to stay on code and not have your own opinion. You're supposed you're supposed to think as a monolith. That's exactly what they want me to be, Gen X. I'm black. I need to be on code. No matter how I feel about anything, I need to be on code. No matter where it's going to take me, no matter how it's going to affect my life, I need to be on code. Rob, what you doing? We all doing this. You doing that. Man, you ain't on code, bro. You ain't with the black people, man. You off code, brother. And you tap dancing. You tap dancing for the white man, brother. No, I'm not a stupid Negro, like a lot of y'all. I'm not dumb. If the white people doing something that I don't agree with, guess what? I don't rock with them either. If the Republicans are doing something I don't agree with, I don't rock with them either. It ain't about that what y'all think it is. Y'all Negroes gotta. This is what's affecting our community. We don't use critical thinking. We use herd mentality thinking. Whatever a group of us do, we need to stay on code, like Gen X said, and do that. That's why we've been led astray. That's why we've been run amok. That's why we have been bamboozled. Because we just want to stay on code. Okay, stay on code. Look, I don't give a fuck. Stay on code, be a dumbass, do stupid shit, fall in line, call everybody else brainwashed when being a monolith is basically brainwashed. Just do that. Go ahead. I ain't going with you. I don't give a damn what y'all say. I don't give a damn how many of you Negroes come on here and call me tap dancing. I ain't doing it. Y'all are idiots. Billy the Scapegoat says, can't say I've met a person who hates white people. Well, maybe of the white people, but they're just crazy. Jenna Brown says, Nicki voted for Romney. Tim Taylor says, black people got to stop treating the Democratic Party like it's a street gang or a religion. That's what they do. They treat it like it's a street gang or a religion. And if you ain't with it, then you outcast. That's some goofy shit. Jenna Brown says she even had a song about Romney. Okay. People can't change. You don't have the right to change your mind. We live in a country where whatever you do one time, that's it. You don't get to change your mind. You don't get to make logical decisions. You don't get to come up to different conclusions when you get better information. You don't get to do that. That's I mean, we don't get to do that as black people. We just gotta, okay, you made up your mind on this. That's it. You stuck. That's a dumb way to live your life. That's just a dumb way to live your life, bro. That's just a dumb way to live your life. Eugene telling me, you think they like you, dude. They don't. Bro, F them Yankees. Midterms coming. Sell out, payback. Man, if you don't get out of here with that. See, this is how you know that black people say, we not racist. We not. A lot of y'all are freaking racist, bro. I'm gonna keep saying this. Y'all are racist. Y'all are racist. He just telling me I just need to go with that because he said it. Because he basically saying white people they don't like you. You don't know that. I've been around plenty of white folks who ain't had no issues with me. And I've been around plenty of black folks who had issues with me and they don't even know me. Bro, y'all so stupid. Some of y'all are the dumbest people walking the earth. Y'all don't know what common sense is if it hits you in the face. You don't know what it was, bro. You don't know how to use it. You don't know nothing about y'all are just y'all are not logical people. Trump is a racist. His time is coming. Midterms coming. So when Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, is that racist? And I bet you, Eugene flew his ass down there and voted for Biden. I bet you he couldn't get out his seat fast enough to go down there and vote for Biden. And he said that racist shit. Y'all flew down there so fast, it'll make your head spin. And he literally came on the Breakfast Club, y'all favorite show, and said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And that ain't racist. Y'all will make an excuse for that. Tim says black people treating the Democrat Party like if you ain't a member, then they verbally or physically jumping you. Yeah, for real. It's like a gang, bro. Oh, you ain't a Democrat and you black? How dare you? How dare you be a black person and don't be a Democrat? You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be disgusted. The Democratic Party don't even like y'all. The Democratic Party is against you. The Democratic Party likes everybody but you. But y'all don't see it. What you think the Democratic Party is gonna do for black people? They're not gonna do shit. They trying to get illegals health care and housing and all kind of shit. And y'all don't even see how just basically illegal immigration is affecting your everyday life. Jobs, wages, health care, living conditions. People who are not even citizens are getting more benefits from the Democratic Party and more attention from the Democratic Party than you are. But you telling me that Trump is a racist and they don't like me. Whatever you say. Billy the Scapegoat says, I don't think either party is worth voting for. The government doesn't have any fear for the people. They will screw all of us for their gain. The black and white thing isn't even worth the time. There's some truth in that. There is some truth in that. That is truth in that, sir. Both parties be on bullshit. But I can tell you what party is on even more bullshit. That's the Democratic Party. That's the party that I would definitely not vote for. Definitely. I don't even want to hear what they got to say because I'm out on them. Steve Trujillo says, I like that. Billy the Scapegoat says the government is against you. Eugene says, so Trump ain't a racist? It's documented, bro. Trust me. How many people be at MAGA events? A few good tap dancers like you. And guess what? I'm going to be another tap dancer at that event, Eugene. I'm going to be another tap dancer at the MAGA event. And you're going to be another tap dancer at the concert, at the Democratic concerts. Because they not rallies or nothing like that no more. You're going to be at the concerts. Now, somebody tell me, I may be wrong, but that AmFest from the clips I've seen, I didn't see any concerts. I didn't see any concerts. Democratic Party take you for a joke. They gonna give you a concert, boy. They gonna give you a concert. The Democrats will give Negroes a freaking concert and tell you, look, we got your back. We got Beyonce coming. We'll see y'all at the polls. We got Megan Thee Stallion coming. We'll see you at the polls. We got some comedians coming. We'll see you at the polls. They just gonna give y'all a bunch of funny events and concerts and feel good things going on. They're gonna tell you about some policies. Mm-mm. Now, if the immigrants get in the bind and they need to come across the border or ICE is coming after them, oh, they going to the border, they going to another country, they gonna try to get people out of prison. They going above and beyond. Y'all remember the clip I showed y'all with Auntie Maxine? When the people of her state was like, where are the vouchers for houses? She said, we all out of vouchers. Y'all need to just go home. And it's like, bro. She was like, y'all just need to go home. Get out of here. And guess what them Negroes go do? Man, I'm voting for Maxine. Y'all see what Maxine said? She went hard. Maxine went off. What was she talking about? She just went off. She went off on the Republicans. That's why I like Maxine. She went off. I'm going to go in there and vote for them. They ain't talk about pop. It don't matter. She went off. Jasmine Crockett went off. She snapped her neck, told the Republicans off, and that's who I'm voting for. I'm voting for Jasmine Crockett. Okay. Have a blast. Sassy Mo says, poor people still cheering for billionaires to be hungry and homeless. Yep. Tim Taylor says the Democrat platform is to replace black blue-collar workers with undocumented immigrants and to abort more blacks than blacks born. Yep. They're going to give your jobs away and encourage you to have more and more abortions. And guess what? Y'all niggas going to fall right into it. My body, my choice. I need to abort my baby. I can have an abortion. It's my body, my choice. Okay. We need to get together because our population is going down. You ain't gonna do nothing about it. You like my body, my choice. You're gonna keep running down there getting abortions. You ain't gonna do nothing to fix it. So just shut up. Eugene says, every woman Trump married was immigrant, dumbass. I'm your worst nightmare, boy. Stop making your boss happy, boy. Ooh, he married some immigrants. You got a whole damn party that's caping for immigrants. My president married some immigrants. Your party is caping for a whole group of immigrants. What's worse? They ain't doing the same for you, dumbass. Billy the Scapegoat says, my issue with the illegal argument, not a fan of their presence, is that Democrats want them here and to give them a free ride. Republicans want them here to take high-paying jobs in the tech sector. That is also true. Look, the whole thing when Trump was trying to bring the South African whites over here, I didn't agree with. The whole thing with Trump trying to bring these Chinese immigrants over here, but saying it's what is this? So they can be in these schools and these is it Indians to be over here? I don't agree with that either. Don't agree with that. I don't want no immigrants here. None. I'm anti-illegal. I'm anti-immigration. I want us to be done with it. There you have it. Gen X says Democrats dumb down their words to speak to their base. They definitely do. That's how you know they take y'all for a joke. They gotta dumb down what they say to appease to y'all. Sebastian Mosqueda. Oh, he talking to Tim. Sassy Mo says billionaires are only players. They tell you to pick a side, then pit you against one another while they pick your pockets. That's if you let them. That's if you let them. You can actually join in. You can join in and get you some money as well. Y'all don't see that though. You don't gotta be a fool. Billy the scapegoat, skilled labor, entry level jobs, etc., even to the point of Trump saying that we don't have talent in America like India does. Yeah, I said that. Even Trump calls MAGA stupid people. Crockett is a special kind of stupid, though. Having a pedophile for president says a lot about those who voted for him. Y'all don't have no proof of that. Y'all, but they need to start suing everybody who be saying that shit. Because y'all still ain't provided no proof. I still haven't seen no proof of that. Y'all just want it to be so. No, Sassy Mo, everyone is not an immigrant. No, 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 no.
What?
Johnny's says Democrats blaming Obamacare failure on the other party is crazy. That's all they got. That's all they got. That's all they got. They, I mean, if you got two brain cells, you don't even listen to the Democrats. You know, at this point, you know they just make up shit. They just make up shit. Gen X says his wife is an immigrant, not an illegal immigrant. That's a fact. Johnny says Democrats want illegals because they count towards House of Representative seats. That's true. That's why they want them in all of these states because that's a way to actually control the presidency. If you keep control of at least one house, the House or the Senate, one arm of the government, then you can kind of persuade things to go your way at times, or you can keep a Republican president at bay. They know this shit. Billy the scapegoat. The only thing that can save us is a full blown shift in the relationship between Americans and the government. That is also true. That's true, bro. He ain't lying. Tim says the Republicans need to find another candidate to replace JD Vance because him being a Christian and his wife religion being a Hindu religion going to be exploited by the Democrats. I gotta sneeze. Yeah, I still think he's a good candidate to run. Excuse me. I still think he's a good candidate to run, and I do think that they are going to try to exploit that. But look, it'd be effed up for them to try to exploit that because they want all types of people over. So what is the issue with her being a Hindu? How can they be against it? They want everybody over here. Johnny says, "How do you think we got a Somali got elected to that? That's some bro. They got to get her out of there. I like anytime that I've talked about Ilhan Omar, I really cannot say what I really want to say because I dislike her so much because she hates Americans and she is in Congress. Like I cannot stand that woman. She talks about us like dogs. She is She is so pro Somali that it's crazy. It's like, if you're so pro Somali, why are you here? Why aren't you in the Somalian government? Why are you in American government caping for them? We gotta change the rules. We gotta change something because we cannot have people who are solely against Americans in government seats. We can't have that. That is a travesty. Johnny says Democrats blaming Obamacare for you. Yeah. Eugene says, and your girl Nicki Minaj gonna be like Stacey Dash. It's not my girl. It's not my girl. And I've already said this. I don't even like Nicki Minaj. I do not like her. Never have. Don't like her music. And I agree. She is definitely pandering. She's pandering. So to say that that's my girl, you're wrong. You don't even know what you're talking about. He says, say it. We're all thinking that there is, say it. We're all thinking that there is no place for any foreigners in our government. I agree. I'll say it. I don't got no problem with saying it. There is no place for any foreigners in our government. If you are not at least, I'm going to say 4 generations into this country, you should not be able to be a part of our government. You shouldn't. I don't care if you're a second generation, you cannot do that. I don't care if you're a third generation, you should not be a part of our government. I just don't. Because these people have hidden agendas and they really don't like us. Like, it's obvious when they speak. It's so obvious. When you hear Ilhan Omar speak about us, she cannot stand America. But she loves to benefit and she loves to rob us blind. We gotta end dual citizenship. Gen X says if his wife being Hindu was an issue, it would have been stated already. He's the next president, guaranteed. I agree with that. I agree. I think he's definitely, bro. I like I said when Trump got voted in, it's a wrap for the Democrats. Okay, maybe they'll flip the House, but when the presidential election comes around, they're not coming back no time soon. Nobody wants the Democrats, bro. They just don't. People gonna have issues with things now, but well, watch when the presidential election comes around. Nobody's gonna want no damn Democrat running things. We see what y'all do. It's a mess. Tim says Anderson Cooper at a presidential debate going to ask J.D. Vance, does his Hindu religious people go to heaven? Either way he answered it, he's going to lose the election or lose his wife. I think they can play that game, but I don't think it's gonna work. But man, anyway, let's get back to the video where we talking about Nicki Minaj being at AmFest and how the other side is really, really hating on her, but they don't have the same smoke for individuals like Megan Thee Stallion and others who actually don't really care about black people, don't really care about politics, and they're just in it for a check, but they don't say anything about it because they like that side. But this is the side that they don't like, so everybody is a coon and they're pandering. Let's continue with this video.
Nobody should be paying attention to her. However, since people are paying attention to her dumbass, now I gotta motherfucking address some shit. Now, I really don't care about a lot of the shit that she said. It's a typical Republican grip. It's the same script. But what did piss me off is how she sat up there with Eric Kirk on her dead husband tour and brought in black women. Why the fuck are we in it? For her to sit up there and say, well, if black women didn't feel good about themselves, then why would they turn around and try to make a white woman feel bad for herself because she looks good? Bitch, what? The idea that black women are somehow bullying white women when black women be over here minding our motherfucking business is
lies. I'm just being honest, bro. Look, black women do this all the time. Y'all talk shit constantly about white women. Constantly. Y'all do try to bully white women. It's the truth. And I'm not sitting up here caping for no white women. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. It's so obvious when you see black women in public and they interact with white women that they don't know. They have an aura about them that they're better than them, and they try to belittle these women and they talk down to them. You've seen the clips. Ain't nobody making this stuff up. Damn.
Stupid. The biggest bullies of white women are not black women. It's actually white women and white men. White men are the ones passing these motherfucking laws to make them baby incubators. That's allowing child marriage to come through. All that ancestry shit that got going down in some of these states. Child
They got she talking about they got incest and child marriage going on, and then you got all these black women that love to abort babies.
labor. Y'all the ones that they taking away DI, which white women benefited from the most. So why the fuck are black
Then why the hell were y'all crying about all of these jobs lost? Black women have lost 300,000 jobs. Black women lost 300,000 jobs.
women in it? If you go to any discussion that black women are having about black beauty, don't involve white women. If you go pick up a fucking Essence magazine, Epic magazine, Jet magazine, whatever the fuck, we over here mind our black ass business, talking about our hair, our face, card never declining, and the things that worry us. Mind you, we definitely got bigger motherfucking fish to fry than goddamn whatever white women got going on. Shit, 300,000 black women lost their jobs under Trump. 800,000 black women are unemployed. You could get up there and talk about that shit, bitch. But no, you trying to sit up here and make us out to be bullies. But let me ask you a motherfucking question. Name the law that white women need.
Somebody tell me, do y'all really want to interact with somebody like that? Why would you hire somebody like that? Look at the way she's talking. She's supposed to be educated. She done said motherfucking and bitch. Fuck you. Look at the words that she is. Listen to the words that she's saying. She's stupid. Tom says there is going to be a fraction in 15 to 20 years, though, with the black male vote. Democrats are still going to get the majority, but it won't be of the same high percentage. Yeah, but in the future, I think that 15 to 20 years, they won't even. I think the numbers are going to dwindle even. I don't even think they're going to get a majority of black vote in 15 to 20 years. It's going to be bad because that shit don't benefit us. This shit really takes time to get around to people, but that don't benefit us. It's people now who are screaming Democrat, Democrat, Democrat in a couple of years. Probably when we get to the presidential election, they not gonna be with the Democrats no more. I really believe that. It's gonna keep. It's been a nice little decline for the last what 3 elections ever since Obama left office. It's gonna continue. Tom says black people, for the most part, are socially conservative despite their voting record. Older black people, that is. It's just that the policies in the 1960s did a number on them. That's a fact. Policy in the 1960s just got some of these folks so locked into one side that they can't change their mind, and they refuse to change their mind because in their mind, if they change their mind, then it's like, oh, we made a mistake, and they don't want to basically cop to saying that they made a mistake, so they're not gonna do it. Which is why we really got to let a lot of these people just die off. That's the truth. We just gotta they just gotta just go away, bro. It's gonna take time. Just let them just pass away. That's the only way that we're gonna be able to change things the way we want them. Just gotta let them go away. Cause you're not gonna change their mind. Tim says women in our community are too comfortable speaking vulgar and profane language all the time. That's all they do.
need in order to wear their hair the way that their hair naturally looks. It doesn't fucking exist. On the other hand, black women and black men, we need the Crown Act. We need the Crown Act so that we can wear our hair the way that it naturally looks when we go on a job interview or when people go to school so that they don't have to cut their locks in the middle of a fucking.
Look, some black people's hair is ridiculous. I said it. I said it. Some black people's hair is ridiculous. All of them dreads and stuff like that, that is not professional. Get mad if you want to. There's certain ways to wear your hair that's nice, that's still presenting black, that's not unprofessional. You can do that. See, some of us, and y'all, some black people need to be honest, some of us love to be over the top so much that we want to be the center of attention. And when it comes to business, it's not about you being the center of attention. It's about accomplishing a goal for the business, securing a contract. It's not about you. Now, whether people in my community want to hear stuff like that, I don't care. The truth is the truth. If I would have my hair a certain way addressed, I guarantee you my grandma would be like, baby, you need to cut that. And she's finna be 90. She wouldn't be like, nah, baby, you don't keep your hair like that. If I'd say, yeah, grandma, I'm finna go down to JP Morgan and get this job and I'm finna do this interview, she's gonna be like, baby, you might want to, you gonna keep your hair like that? And I just left the house and I know what I'm talking about. She just got on my cousin about pulling up his damn pants. She said, you look nice. Now pull your pants up. I don't want to see your underwear. It's just people. Tim says the big story is the Democrats got caught in Georgia with 300,000 ballots in the 2020 election that was verified. That wasn't verified. Yep. And the Democrats won the state by how many votes? 11,000. But you got 300,000 ballots that wasn't verified. And Trump said this. And what they said he was lying. They said he was lying, bro. He wasn't lying. I wonder if I can find that clip. I can't find it. But they said he was lying about that. Turns out he wasn't lying. Tom says, I disagree. There is an inferiority complex nobody wants to address with her. Watch the Chris Rock movie. Black hair barely sell. Some shops don't even sell it at all because of the low demand. Yeah, because they too busy buying everybody else's hair. They buy in Indian hair, all types of other people's hair, except wearing their natural hair that they swear to God they're so beautiful. Everything is so natural that we can just do what we want to with our regular hair, but yet they going in there getting weaves and protective styles. Get the fuck out of here. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. Joe Biden won. Bro, that ain't no rabbit hole. They won the state by 11,000 votes. It just came out that 300,000 ballots weren't verified. That ain't a rabbit hole. I know you think, oh, I'm so smart and I've done my research and I've went over this tons of times and I know exactly what I'm talking about. But that's a fact, sir. That's a fact. That ain't a rabbit hole. That ain't conspiracy. That ain't something that somebody made up. That ain't something that's, oh, I just pulled out my ass. I gotta find something real quick. I should have, if I'd have known I was gonna talk about this, I'd have looked for these clips a long time ago. Because somebody actually in the Georgia Senate said that they couldn't disagree with the findings. They said it. I didn't say it. Eugene said, "I'm back, boy. Go back to where you come from. You ain't gotta be over here." This man don't agree with nothing what I'm talking about, but he can't leave. Hate watching. Ain't that what they call it? Ain't that what y'all said? He hate watching. Instead of just cutting it off, I'm back. I'm back, boy. Ha ha in your TDS dreams. Yep. All of these people, they got Trump derangement syndrome like a mug. Like a mug. They can't even function. They probably watch anything negative about Trump all day. Tom says, let's keep it all the way 100. Some black women just look better with Indian hair instead of their natural hair. No, they don't. Are you black, Tom? Because I'm black. And I like black women who are natural. Call me old school, but I like women with real hair for eyebrows. See, I like regular, natural black women with their natural hair and they just, done something nice to it. Their natural face, their natural bodies. I like that way more than I like the BBLs, than the fake hair, the eyelashes. I like just a natural black woman without all of that. I do. I like black skin. I love it. I love dark skinned women. I don't care for no fake hair. I don't care for no Indian hair. Black women's natural hair is not ugly. They have conditioned themselves to think that it's ugly. It's not. That shit is ugly. It looks stupid. Virgil Nigel says Biden lost, Kamala lost. Yeah. Biden lost, Kamala lost. They lost. But I mean, it's not like we need to go back and change it. Like what's done is done. I'm not saying let's go back and try to rewrite history. It's over with now. Even then, once it was certified, it was certified. That's the end of it. I didn't even want to talk about it no more. But it is what it is. It's over. It's done. Eugene, so smart. You dumb. Yankees do not like you. F them racist bitches. Midterms coming. Your buddy's going to jail. He's not going to see. You got TDS. Let me go. I got to do something with you. I might have to meet you for a little bit. You got TDS, bro. You got TDS, bro. I mean, for real. You got a problem. You got a problem, bro. Stop saying you like black women, nigga. You a sellout. Stick to them white women, sellout. I like black women. Now, see, look, just because I agree with MAGA, just because I agree with Republicans, I don't like black women. How stupid is this Negro? You know, I swear to God, every time I see this Eugene account, I think I know exactly who that really is. That is this individual, I swear to God it is, who I had a run in with on my channel a while ago. Me and him got into it, and I have blocked him, and I think he got a new account. But see, the thing about that individual is he doesn't even like women. So for him to say that to me, he's a bitch. And if you are that person who I think you are, you already know what I said about you, and you already know I exposed you because we all know that you don't like women, okay? Don't make me go back and pull a clip where you was talking about the trans person who stayed next door to you and how you went next. See, I'm not gonna get into that whole story and embarrass you, sir. I knew that was you. I knew it was you. You didn't have to tell me. I can tell because you keep saying the word boy. You keep saying the word boy. You got a problem, bro. You got a problem, dude. He got RDS. He got rod derangement syndrome, y'all. He is so upset that I talked bad to him on my show. He can't let it go. This has been going on for months. I want everybody who is watching this, the 5 people who is watching this, I want y'all to know he is upset because I made a fool out of him on my show. I exposed him for the piece of shit that he is. Okay? He's a lame. He can't get women. He's a passport bro. And he likes trans. And I made a complete ass out of him because he tried to get out of line with me one day and I put his ass in check. I made a damn fool out of him. Okay? So ever since then, I blocked his other account, 2 accounts, and he has been coming back. Now think about how stupid you got to be blocked and to say that you really don't give a damn about me, but you keep making YouTube. This ain't like Facebook or some other page. You got to keep making these YouTube accounts, typing up my page, coming to my page and seeing every time I go live so you can come on here and try to harass me. What does that say about you? And he can't spell. That was another reason why he used bad punctuation. He can't spell. That's another reason how I knew it was him. He is so upset. These are the people who actually they are racist. Listen to everything that he's saying. You go against your own kind for the white man. You a fan of your what? You a fan? I'm a fan of yours, but you say stupid shit. That's a lie, bro. He always talking about I say stupid shit. He say stupid shit. He can't even form a complete sentence. It's not hard. You can type, you can delete, backspace, you can take your time. But he's so amped up. He just typing it in. He just hitting enter. As soon as he done, boom, hit enter. He not proofreading, none of that shit. I gotta go in. I gotta go in. I gotta say something. I just have to say something. He just gotta come in. Bro. All I'm gonna say is that link is sitting right there. You want me to talk bad to you? I talk bad to you. I don't want to hear no more of this Reese Colbert. Cause she gets on my nerves. I can't stand her. I'm gonna show y'all this next clip and then I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna play a little bit of the AmFest. Then I'm gonna wrap it up. But this clip is this dude Jeffree Star. He was defending Nicki Minaj about the whole AmFest thing. And the funny thing to me about this is, how is it that he gets it as someone who is a part of the LGBTQ community, but other people don't get it? That's all I was trying to, like. I don't even agree with his lifestyle, but even he understands that the shit that she was saying was true, and what the things that the left is doing just ain't right, especially for young kids.
Why are we putting in cartoons trans flags and we're all this stuff that and that's my personal opinion. I don't agree with it. I think it's too young. I don't agree with 8-year-olds wearing makeup either. It was never sexualized and weird and like, why does a 5-year-old watching a Netflix cartoon show need to know about that right now? Why? And then let's just really take it there.
Let's take it there.
Why are we encouraging our kids to be a different gender and feed them false information when they're so young? So this is what I said recently that people really understood. When I grew up and I started looking different, right? My mother encouraged me to just be myself. When I started wearing makeup and being more feminine and wanting to do certain things, it wasn't, oh my God, Jeffrey needs, what do they call it now? Gender affirming care. I'm done. She let me be myself. She didn't push me to be anything. Just like when you're a tomboy, did your mom try to, get you a surgery to be you know what I mean? Did she cut your tits off because at 13? That's not, no. So nowadays it's all these fucking weirdos telling their kids, oh my God, you like a Barbie? You're a woman. No, that's just a little boy experimenting, not knowing what the fuck he's doing.
Like, how does he get it? Like, how does he get it? I don't agree with the part that's a little boy that he doesn't know what he's doing. I don't agree with that little piece. But overall, what he was saying was like, look, bro, we shouldn't even be teaching young kids this stuff. See, I told you, he like him. Oh man. He talking about he cute. Who is he? Hook me up. Who is he? I told y'all. Y'all thought I was playing. That's right up his alley. That's right up his alley, bro. Look, Eugene. You're gonna have to cut all this bullshit out, bro. If you got something to say and you can talk like you got some sense, then you need to have a conversation. But you don't need to keep coming on my show with this BS. If you want to have a conversation with me, then have a conversation. But don't start talking to me crazy, bro. That's where we're gonna always have an issue. The moment you start saying shit and getting out of line with me, we're gonna have problems. So until then, if you can't agree to that, then don't even bother. Cause I'm willing. which is crazy. I'm willing to actually have a conversation with you, but if you gonna sit up here and think you just gonna come on here and call me all out my name, that shit ain't gonna happen, bro. That's just not gonna happen. And I ain't gonna stand for it. I'm just not. What's up, D Nice? For a minute, I thought you was somebody else, D Nice. But let's watch a little bit of this AmFest, see what she had to say, and then I'm gonna wrap it up, and I'm end the show. So let's listen to a couple of these statements from Nicki Minaj, and we're gonna move on.
Not really that funny. Until you are in that person's shoes that's being lied on, you'll never understand what it feels like. That person is a human being. They have a family who has to read those lies. And that's not, and it's just not fair. But this administration is full of people with heart and soul. And they make me proud of them. Our vice president, he makes me, well, I love both of them, but they're both powerful men, smart, strong, all of that, but both of them have a very uncanny ability to be someone that you relate to. I can relate to them. When I hear them speak, I know that they're one of us. Like, I know that they're not. Don't you guys agree? They haven't lost touch of the world. You know, they're still connected to the world and what's happening in the world, with the younger people and older people, with the richer people and not so rich people. They have the ability to still connect and be real and make us feel proud to be American.
So why now have you been involved with speaking about politics? What was kind of the turning point for you? Yeah.
What was the turning point? Well, I just got tired of being pushed around. Yeah. Sometimes you just get tired of it, and then you realize, wait a minute, I have something inside of me that's stronger than what's out there. That's right. So when you've had enough, you realize, wait a minute, why do I even care about these people and what they think? Who are they? They don't even know who they are. So
Big statement right there. That's one of those things. That's what I'm saying. A lot of us, you start to hear things and you start to come to certain realizations where you like, I don't agree with that no more. You can't get mad at me for changing my tune now that I don't agree with that. Like, I'm I'm thinking about life differently. I'm thinking about certain things differently that in a different way than I did before. So for me to change the way that I'm thinking, you can't make it seem as if I'm wrong or I'm selling out. It's not that. It's just that I've gotten better information and I'm using that better information to come to a different conclusion. And this is the conclusion that I've come to, and this is what I believe now. Tom says Nicki Minaj's rap career is pretty much over because one, rap doesn't respect seniority. That's true. Two, a hot strike rarely lasts long. She is going in a new lane. Black conservative women political talking heads are fairly new, not saturated. Good for her being a token, but she's always been Republican. Candace Owens can share her tokenism. Like, I'm not even a fan of Nicki Minaj at all. I like this stuff. She's pandering, bro. In my opinion, she definitely is. You know, and you can just tell by the way she's talking. It comes off as really not genuine, but I get it. But yeah, I believe that too. Like in a lot of aspects, her career is not what it used to be, so she's making a pivot. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. I can't sneeze. But yeah, she's making a pivot because her career just ain't what it used to be. It just ain't what it used to be. And so she's going in a new direction, which is the thing for a lot of these celebrities now. When they get to a certain age or they age out of things, they do a pivot or what they call a rebrand. You know, so I guarantee you, she gonna probably have some songs with maybe a country artist. It's, even though her career is why she's gonna have a song with some country artist where she's not even gonna be talking the way that she normally talks. She's not going to be spewing a lot of these talking points and a lot of these thoughts and ideas that she used to have about sex and relationships. I guarantee it's going to be something totally different. Eventually, what's going to happen with Nicki Minaj is she's going to lose her whole voice and this little character that she does. She's gonna come up out of all of the weave. I guarantee you, she's gonna get away from the booty, showing my booty and my breasts. And you can already see it right here in these clothes. She's gonna start to get away from stuff. She's gonna gradually do it. She's probably gonna gradually get away from rap. Where I don't. She's gonna say, I don't even want to be known as a rapper anymore. I want to be known as this and that. Watch what I tell you. That's gonna be the pivot. That's gonna be her pivot. She like, well, rap is over with. I'm moving on because she already got the hits and she's gonna be getting residual income from that. That's nothing. She don't, you don't need to hang around. It's like Jay-Z. He didn't need to hang around rap. He started moving into other things. He started moving into big business. Jay-Z ain't, man, I guarantee he don't even think about getting in front of a mic no more. He probably do it just for the fun of it, probably in the privacy of his home. But after that, he don't care about that like that.
So I'm not gonna back down anymore. I'm not gonna back down ever again.
Can the students in the room raise your hand? Wow. This question is for you guys. So you guys are very courageous and bold on your campus. Nicki, I know our students feel this way, but why do you think speaking your mind has become so controversial?
Because people no longer are using their minds, their brains. So right now, just imagine we're not allowed to have a different opinion anymore. We're not allowed to think out loud anymore. We're not, this is not what the world used to feel like. And especially for the young people,
America.
I don't want them growing up in a world where they feel like that. They deserve for their voices to be heard. They have valid feelings and they're thinking about things, and it deserves attention. We should listen to what they're saying. And if you're growing up in a world that tells you it's taboo to say something that the masses don't agree with, that's not okay. And we're not gonna have it. And I love this. It's giving the younger people confidence that they will need later on in life. You guys will need it, and you will have it. So I'm rooting for you.
Amen.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I was saying I'm pretty much done, y'all. I'm just gonna move on. But like I was saying when I was muted, I'm gonna eventually start doing some. Not eventually, but I'm going to start back dropping just the videos again, and I'm gonna get away from the lives for a little bit because a lot of that content takes away from my video, my upload content. So I'm just gonna go back to doing more uploads for a little bit. I'm still gonna eventually come back to the live, but I'm gonna do more uploads for a while, and that's y'all be on my page. Y'all know that's what I do. I go back and forth, but yeah, I'm gonna drop more videos, and I'll see y'all next time. I see y'all tomorrow. Y'all should see me tomorrow. I'm gonna put some videos out. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and as always, I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace.